Yeah.
Okay, you'll be able to do that.
Yes, perfect.
So also before we get started, I would like everybody just to, stop the, the screen and mute the button so that I can start talking. But make sure sometimes the PowerPoint goes slowly. I want to make sure we're all on the same page. So when I ask, are you seeing this? Somebody has to say yes or no. Okay, that way you can proceed. Because you have a copy already.
Yes, I
right? You have a copy of that. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to bring up the important points. Okay.
Exactly. So I just want to make it short also for you. It's a Monday morning, so I don't want to take much of your time. So
Right,
it's
right.
like, because the other day we heard about the school. Right now, since we have a new partners, so we wanted to understand the requirements as well as, any changes from the fees perspective because of the hybrid and also the scores and all these things. That will be great.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to start right now. Give me a second here. Okay.
And team, if you guys can be on mute, that will be great.
Just give me a second here. Okay, can you see the screen here?
Yes, I guess everybody is able to see, right? If anybody has issues, please raise their hand.
Okay, I'm not using PowerPoint because PowerPoint is very slow. So this is like a PDF, okay? So basically, again, I don't know if you guys know SUNY. My name is Z-Tech. I'm the PDS. So what it means is I'm a principal designated school official. I am basically in charge of all immigration status for all international students right on our campus. I also responsible for CPT, which is internship, OPT, and STEM OPT. My office also provide a list of company, about 125 of them, who are truly hiring international students, okay? My office is also responsible for undergraduate and graduate programs, except for bachelor, master, PhD in nanoscale science and engineering. Again, we have two campuses. State University of New York, we basically just pronounce it as SUNY, okay? SUNY Polytechnic Institute, we have two campuses. Can you see the campus? Can anybody see the campus?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so basically we have two campuses. This is the main campus in Utica, okay? I believe you already have the PowerPoint and all that, so I am not going to explain too much. Most of the programs are located in the main campus in Utica, okay? Our Albany campus, we only offer bachelor, master, PhD in nanoscale science and engineering, nothing else. We don't have computer science, we don't have business, it's just basically nanoscale science and engineering. This does not look like a university. It's essentially, this is a microchip processing research center, okay? And supposedly there is a map here. So basically, I don't know why I lose the map, but again, you have a copy of that. So we have a very small population here. We're about 3,000 students, okay? International student is less than 10%. As you can see, our Albany campus, which is the nanoscale science and engineering, 33 students, 90% are from India. I would say 30 students are from India pursuing the PhD in nanoscale science and engineering. 12 of them already in OPT. What it means is, if we talk about OPT, STEM OPT, if I say 12, what it means is I can safely say You know, there are 10 companies that are hiring international students for their field in nanoscale science and engineering. Our Utica campus, we have 145 international students. Again, 98 of them are already in OPT, STEM OPT. What that means is about 80 to 90 students are employed by American companies who truly hire international students. That's why from here, we'll talk about 100 international students or 100 OPT or STEM OPT. What it means is under my database, I will have about 80 to 90 companies that we collected over the years to provide to international students so that they can Google the company knowing that those companies are hiring international students. Again, this is our Utica campus. I'm going to go through all this picture. I just want to bring up the main point here. As you can see, our nanoscale science and engineering, okay, these are the structures of our facilities, the equipment and all that. IBM, Global Foundries, Samsung, Applied Materials, Tokyo Electrons, they are partners with us, okay? So that's why there are a lot of job opportunity for our international students. Are we on the same page? What are you seeing right now?
The next slide after the campus picture.
Oh, okay. So it's very slow, but again, not to worry about that. I am going to, since you already have the screen, I'm just going to talk about the more important stuff here, okay?
That's fine.
All right.
I'm going to open this one up here. Okay. Can anyone see this master degree program? If not, then okay, here. I will share this piece with you too, okay? Can you see the master degree program?
Okay.
Yes?
It's popping, it's popping. It's not still came.
Okay.
Yep, we can see now.
Yeah, we can see now.
Okay. Like I said to you, my office does not responsible for bachelor, master, PhD in nanoscale science and engineering, but my office is responsible for master degree in computer science or cybersecurity or network computer security, which is closely related to telecommunication, electrical, engineering stuff like that. So anyway, these two programs here, computer science and cybersecurity, if students are admitted to these two programs, he or she will be eligible up to $12,000 graduate assistantship automatically, okay? There is no separate application form to request for the graduate assistantship. Again, remember, graduate assistantship is not a scholarship. If they don't mention scholarship, what that means is it will not minus out from your tuition, okay? Scholarship is minus out from your yearly tuition. That's why you pay less tuition. But graduate assistantship is basically job on campus, okay? So let me scroll down a little bit here. If you can follow me, let me know, okay? If you see the minimum admission requirements, let me know.
Yes, we can see that.
Yes, we can see
Okay.
that.
Okay, good. So for computer science and cybersecurity, this is the minimum admission requirement, okay? For computer science and information, which is essentially science, computer science, these are the background here, okay? We are looking for students who have computer science, mathematics, whatever, with a GPA of 3.0 GPA. What it means is equivalent to CGPA of 60%, okay? So we require Indian student with a CGPA of at least 60%. We also require any one of the test score here, either 79 in TOEFL, 6.5 IELTS overall, not the individual score, 53 PTE, or Duolingo 105. Okay, so student will meet one of these requirements. Also a minimum GRE score of 153 on the quantitative section and 140 on the verbal section of the exam. So if this student meet this minimum requirement here, he or she will automatically receive the $12,000 graduate assistantship as of today, okay? The reason why I say as of today, because there are a lot of budget cuts going on, okay? But before today, every international student coming in, of course, majority of our students are from India. So all of them receive a $12,000 graduate assistantship. That was before the pandemic, okay? I think during this difficult time, people are losing their jobs and, a lot of universities are refunding students who are not coming to the university, or even offering online program, which is less than going to be on campus, the tuition and fees will be different and all that. So many universities are experiencing hardship, except for those private universities like Harvard and MIT and all those small liberal art college, because they have a huge endowment, meaning they have a lot of money behind, in their spreadsheets. They have like billions of dollars to back them up. But for public state university like that, our funding are actually coming from New York State government. Okay, so that's why if New York State is suffering economy, for example, restaurant don't open, there is no tourism, therefore the New York State don't generate any revenues from all these sources. Well, what that means is New York government, the governor of New York State will give us less money to our operating budgets and all that. That's why we have to cut down a lot of expenses. But as of today, I haven't heard anything yet. Okay, as of today, all the international students coming in will have received a GA of $12,000. Okay, a GA is basically a job on campus. Okay, let me scroll down here. Maybe I can show you better here. Okay. Can you see all transcripts and certificates?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So basically, these are all the paperwork, all transcript certificate. There is no hard copy. There is no FedEx. Basically, you have to scan everything here. Okay, scan everything here, and nicely and email to us. I will send you. I believe I send you the step-by-step as well, how to submit all these documents. Okay. And let me show it to you here. Okay, let's look at this one. If you see the 4,000, your per month income, let me know. Okay. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody can see this, right? Okay. So remember, $12,000. The $12,000 is essentially divided into 3 semesters. The computer science and cybersecurity program are actually 4 semester or 2-year program. Okay, so the $12,000 is divided into 3 semesters because the last semester student will do their CPT internship outside the campus. That's why the graduate assistantship is only offered up to 3 semesters, $12,000 per semester. So as you can see, let's say student coming in the fall semester, for example, okay, we set $4,000 aside. Okay, student will arrive to the campus and go through orientation, and they will have a job interview, whether, if they are qualified to become a teaching assistant, research assistant, project assistant. These are real jobs on campus, supporting all different, various departments right on campus. Okay, so these are the campus job. This is not a library or cafeteria job. Okay, so student will start working, and they will work about 15 hours per week, and they will get paid $20.50 per hour. Okay, so slowly towards the end of the month, okay, the student will receive the paycheck of around $1,100. Okay, and here are the living expenses. Okay, as you can see, it's very inexpensive to come to New York State. I'm not talking about New York City, sorry. I'm talking about upstate New York. You have the map on your PowerPoint as well. So as you can see, these numbers here, this dollar amount, this budget here are actually coming from those seniors who live outside the campus. So they know how much is the rent per month, including utilities and all that. So they give me this number as accurate as possible. So this is basically, the rent, the share apartment, the grocery and all that, okay? The bus pass per month. So basically the student will have a total expenses of about $414 per month. The income is $1,100 per month. What that means is you take this minus the expenses, the student will have a saving of about $686 per month, right? So times 4, because one semester is about 4.5 months. So student will have a saving of $2,444 per semester, depending on how they spend the money. But this is roughly an idea, okay? So you understand the income? Okay, so every month student will have a saving. They can deposit this money into their bank account, or they can use the money to help them for the next semester, okay? So if they're really good in budgeting, they will have a saving about $2,400 per semester, okay? So this $2,700 per semester can help students for the spring semester, okay? Let me scroll down a little bit here. Oops, too fast. Okay. If you can see the true cost to attend SUNY Poly, let me know.
Yes.
Okay. The full-time tuition is $8,667 for both programs, computer science and cybersecurity. Okay, this is the tuition, this is the fees, these are the international health insurance. So when students arrive to the campus, they have to pay pretty much around this dollar amount upfront, okay? And when students, remember I told you that they are going through orientation, they are going for job interview and all that, okay? So usually students will start working on the second week of September. So as soon as they start on the second week of September, those students will become New York State employee because we are a public state university. So they automatically become New York State employee. And at that time, their health insurance will be covered by New York State health insurance rather than the international health insurance, okay? So for example, student coming in, they already pay this amount of this $1,507 for the entire year, right? Because they don't have insurance. So that's why they have to pay this amount first in order to cover the health insurance, right? Because during those period of time, going to orientation, the first 2-3 weeks, there is no New York State health insurance. That's why students need to pay this to cover them until they start working on campus. When the New York State health insurance kicked in, the business office will refund about $1,261 back to the students, okay? So at that time starting, the student health insurance will be covered by New York State health insurance, okay? Remember, New York State health insurance, it's different from international health insurance. So that's why students have a lot of saving, okay? So the actual cost is $8,667 per semester, okay? And remember, the student will make about $2,444 following the semester, right? Or even end of the semester. So if you do the math here, basically student is paying about $6,000 per semester to go to school here. Understand that? Towards the end of the semester, student will have a saving from their GA job of $2,700. So if you take 8,607 minus the 2,007, then the true cost slowly towards the end of the semester, it's about $6,000 per semester. Okay. Any question about this GA job and the admission requirement for both cybersecurity and network and computer security, cybersecurity and computer science?
And Mr. Sheikh, what are the chances for the research assistantship, RA? Do we have RA opportunities on the campus?
Oh yeah, it's teaching assistant, research assistant,
Yeah.
project assistant, or support help desk. Yeah, it all depends. Remember, the student have to submit their resume for us. To us as admission process. That's why, based on the student experience, okay, and based on the job offer on campus, student will have the opportunity, if they meet the requirement, the experience that the department needs to be doing a research or teaching and all that. Okay, most students are doing research. A couple of them are teaching. Yep. So you understand this concept, okay? So one is students' income, and the other one is students' tuition and fees, okay? I'm going to share another PowerPoint with you guys. Can you see this? Undergraduate degree programs?
Yes.
Okay. All undergraduate degree programs, okay, are automatically eligible for a $34,000 scholarship and $28,000 scholarship. There is no separate application. necessary. So let's look at the minimum admission requirement without scholarship, okay? Minimum high school grade of at least 80%. Not too worried about the conversion, okay? Because we have experience converting, CBSE or even other A-level, whatever grades to US GPA, okay? So minimum 80%, which is a B. The student can submit any one of the test score here, okay? SAT, ACT is optional. Okay, so Indians national can choose any one of the test score here to submit. Okay, so if this student meet this minimum two requirement here, the student will not receive a scholarship. The tuition per year is about $16,980 or $8,000 some dollars per semester. Okay, so we're talking about minimum admissions. Okay, so if you look at the second, let me just scroll this up and let me know it. Okay. Can you see the criteria for $34,000?
Yes.
Okay. So this is $34,000, which is $8,500 per year up to 4 years. Okay. So minimum high school grade of at least 91%. Again, not too worried about these. We do the conversion, and then student can submit any one of the test score here. Okay. Either 95 in TOEFL, 7.5 overall band, 73 PTE, Duolingo 115. As you can see, SAT is very low, 1150, okay, in critical reading and math. So there are 6 options here international student can choose from. If they meet these 2 minimum requirements with a high school grade and one of the test score here, the student will automatically receive the $34,000 merit scholarship. The tuition, remember, for student who doesn't have any scholarship, they will pay $16,980 per year. If you minus out the student by $8,500 per year scholarship, the student is paying $8,480 per year or $4,240 per semester. There are 2 semesters per year. Okay, so this will be automatically until the funding is running out. So it's basically first come, first serve. Okay.
So are there any conditions like in the first semester, let's say, does the student needs to maintain a B grade or?
Oh yeah, of course there is. I'm sorry. Yeah, of course. It's just like GA too. GA is a job, right? You work 15 hours on campus. If you don't do well, you don't do well, like you don't show up to work, you don't finish the project and all that. Of course, the faculty is gonna fire you next semester, right? So I always remind students, this is not a student job. Okay, you have to be responsible. If you sign up 15 hours and your office hour is from this time to this time, you make sure you show up, okay? So yeah, of course. So even scholarship too, if you don't maintain a 3.0 GPA, which is a B, then you lose your scholarship next semester, okay? So if you look at the $28,000, student basically have at least 88% on the grade. Any one of the test score here, TOEFL 90, 7.0 IELTS, 6.65 PTE, 110 Duolingo, or 1100 in SAT. As you can see, it's very low. We have about 5 Indian students, undergraduate students, pretty much everybody has scholarship, either the 28 or 34, okay? It's very high. It's very achievable for Indian students, okay? So basically, the student with $28,000, they will pay still less than $5,000 per semester. It's cheaper than sending students to UK, Australia, New Zealand. After all, there are no jobs out there. Okay. So you got the picture here. Okay. So let me explain this to you. If you can see the university estimated expenses, just let me know. Okay.
And quick question, Tech. So now this undergrad.
You can call me
kids,
Z-Tech.
Yeah, Z-Tech.
You can call me Z-Tech, yeah.
Okay, Z-Tech, that's easy.
Yeah.
So Z-Tech, I have a quick question. So if you look at, undergrad kids, most of the kids, they will be minor. So does they need to stay on campus for 1 year or any kind of restrictions are there?
Oh yeah. All undergraduate students, okay, all, including, of course, domestic students, everybody must live on campus, okay, until at least 1.5 year or maybe the junior year, okay? If students earn about 35 to 40 credit hours, they will be able to petition and move outside the campus. The student don't have to stay on campus for the entire 4 years, okay? So, yeah, so it all depends on how old is the student, when the student is going to earn at least, 35 to 40 credit hours, and they will be able to move out. Okay. Especially for undergraduate student, I mean, I'm not worried about graduate student because they're adults, okay? They have the option to live on campus or live outside the campus, okay? But especially for international student, first year, like 17, 18 years old, never been living in the US before, it would be very difficult for them to find apartment, and then you have to call electric company to turn on the electricity, and then you have to pay bills, and then you have to do so much stuff, and then you have to have this, you have to have that, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. That's why we want students to live on campus, be independent, okay, get to know the environment, how to take a bus to school, where to go for grocery shopping and all that. And eventually they learn that, right? After 1 or 2 years, they feel comfortable, they can move out. So that's the whole point. Okay. So yeah, it's mandatory for undergraduate students to live on campus. So this is basically the fee structure here. Okay, for 4 to 7 subjects, it's $8,490 per semester. The second semester is pretty much the same thing too. Okay, so if students take 4 subjects, the student will pay $8,490. If student take 5 subjects, still the same price. 6 subjects is still the same price. So if students are good students and they are capable of taking 7 subjects, what that means is they don't need 4 years to complete the degree. They can finish the degree in 3 years, okay? That's why one good thing about US University is credit bearing. What that means is if you can finish all your credit in less than 2 years, please come and tell us that you want to complete your degree and graduate 2 years later. So it's all up to students, okay? But average is 4 years, but we have some international students that finish in 3 years, 3.5 years, okay? Usually domestic American students don't take like 7 subjects or 5 subjects, okay? Usually they take about 16, 17 credit hours, which is like, 5 subjects or 4 subjects. So the fee is about $731 per semester. Same thing too, the second semester students have to pay the same fee. The health insurance students must pay during the first semester, okay? The $1,577.28 is exactly the same as those graduate student in computer science cybersecurity, but because the student is receiving scholarship, not a graduate assistantship, so they have to pay this upfront. This will cover 365 days, okay, 12 months throughout the year. Let's say if student is sick, when they go back to India, when they go traveling outside the States or traveling to Canada, if they are sick, the international insurance will help them to cover all their medical bills and stuff like that. Okay. So student, like I say, must live on campus. We have triple sharing, three students in 1 unit. 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, including room. It's about the triple sharing is about $5,942, okay, for the semester. If students say, hey, I want double sharing, and this is double sharing here. Oh, I want single room because I don't want to room with anybody. I just want to be myself. Yes, you are also single room, okay? So there are many options here to choose from, okay? So the books is estimates about $600. For students who have no scholarship, will pay around $17,000 per semester, okay? Of course, the second semester it's less because the health insurance has already been taken, okay? So basically, students who with no scholarship will pay about $33,000 per year, okay? Let's say they move out on the 3rd year, which means they are less expensive, which means, if you live outside the campus, it's about $3,000 some, including food and everything else. Okay, so you do your math here. If students have $34,000 scholarship, which means $4,240 per semester. Remember I talked about that. It's $8,500 per year. Okay, so what that means is student will pay about $11,000. Okay, same thing too. If student gets $7,000 per year scholarship, which is the $28,000. Okay, so student will pay less as well. Okay. So this is 2 semesters, 1 year. for undergraduate student with no scholarship, and you do the math for the 34 and 28,000. It is very important that when students have been accepted to our university, those room type, okay, those triple sharing, single room, double, and all that, it's on first come, first serve. That's why we require students to pay an enrollment deposit of $200, okay? The $200 is refundable. If the students fail to get a visa, we will refund the $200 back to the students, okay? We don't keep the money because we're a public state government university. The reason why we require the $200 is because sometimes family are really in tight budgets, right? So the student can have the first choice, okay, to choose a single room, which is $5,942, or the first choice to choose $6,539. Because if these two rooms are running out, the student will force to take the single room, which is a lot of money. That's why we encourage students, if they make the decision, please, because a lot of domestic students, once they accept, they will decide which university to choose and all that. And immediately, if they decided to come to SUNY Poly, immediately they put down $200 deposit and quickly fill out the housing application and choose the preferred type, okay? And some students, or even for international students, some students have the budget. They say, you know what, I really want to be in a single room. So if the single room is running out for those students, they are forced to take double sharing with two others, with one other student or with two other students. They have no choice, okay? Just a hotel. If you run out of single room, you can do double room, stuff like that. So if you look at the criteria here, okay, we don't ask very much. What I ask here is all what I need, okay? As you can see, there is no SOP, resume, recommendation letter, and all that, okay? Once we receive all these documents, okay, we will notify students within 24 working hours, whether they are accepted or if they're accepted with no scholarship or if they're accepted with 28,000 or 34,000. So these are all very straightforward. You can email us, scan nicely and all that, okay? We don't base on statement to issue acceptance letter. I know sometimes students are going to, applying for student loan. So we will still send out acceptance letter to the student and say congratulations and all that. And then in order for us to issue the I-20, student must provide us the bank statements and all that later on, okay? Some university want everything before they even send out acceptance letter, but we don't. We make decisions based on the test score and the grades here, okay? So if student have the bank statement, that's fine. If not, then the student will have to wait until, we receive the bank statement in order to issue I-20. Any questions here?
I have a quick question, Zitek.
Sure.
How does this, advanced credits, how does that work when the student is coming from IB?
Yeah, we accept that too.
Like how many credits that can be, from the advanced placement, how many credits does that get?
I don't know, but definitely I can check, okay? So are you talking about IAP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many we will transfer, right?
Yeah, how many credits or terms they can be.
Okay, I will check that. Yeah, I will check that.
Yeah, and
I'll get back to you.
Yeah, so now if you look at the current scenario, some of the schools, high schools especially, the results are not yet out. So does the students can get the conditional offers, or like how exactly it works?
Oh yeah, if we have the test score and let's say students don't have the final year, they can always submit the 10th and 11th, and we will base on that to accept students.
Okay, and do we need to go through the common application too, or for the agencies?
No, we have our own SUNY. We have our own SUNY portal as well. It's the email that I send you, the step by step.
Yeah.
If you click online application, it comes directly to our SUNY system application. If you choose to go for common application, that's fine too.
Okay, because most of the kids, what they do is they say, we already paid on the common application and again we need to pay the application fee.
Oh, no, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, either Common Apps or you know, or the SUNY wide system application portal.
Gotcha.
If students, okay, this is what's gonna happen here. Every time when you email me all these documents, okay, please attach a cover, sort of like a cover letter with a company letterhead, saying that, you know, the name of the students and these are the documents, so that we know these students are coming from your organization. That way we can code your organization to the student's profile. That way we know these students are coming from you, okay? Until if you use our SUNY system-wide application, then they will be able to, you will be able to find your agent code, okay? Common apps don't do that. So if you are applying on behalf of the student, you can use our SUNY-wide application portal. And then I think on the last page, it will ask you for like agency code, then you can find your agency code there. I haven't submit the agency code to SUNY system yet because, you know, we just signed a contract, so.
Okay.
So for the time being, you know, when you email documents to us, make sure you attach a company letterhead saying that you are, you know, you are helping student, you know, on behalf of the student to submit the application. Any questions?
That should be, yeah, that's all from the undergrad kids, I guess.
Okay, I am. Last thing I'm
Okay,
going to show you.
sorry, Zitek, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I forgot. So does the student need, like, you know, any additional essays apart from the statement of purpose?
Say it again, sorry.
Does the student need to have essay?
No, that's why what you see on my document just now is what I need.
Yeah, because sometimes, you know, this common application, they do ask for the essays, so that's the reason we wanted to make sure.
Oh yeah, just fill out the application and move forward, right? Because even though if you don't submit the essay and all that, it does not stop you from moving forward.
Gotcha.
So just fill out the application, you know, information about students and all that. You don't have to submit anything, okay? So that's why you only email me all the high school, you know, certificates, passport, and all that, okay? I make it very easy and simple. Okay, last thing I'm going to show it to you. I'll return of your video recording and all that. I just want to show this to you because it's kind of sensitive data too, okay? But I really want to show you guys how I help students to find job, you know, in the US. Even though we know all the university has placement center and career center, right? You can go in, they will help you with your resume, your cover letter. They also give you a list of companies, you know, that they have possible jobs, you know, in their organization. But as an international student, how do you know which companies are hiring international students, right? So I basically collected and create a database for about 125 companies and shared it with graduating students, okay? So I'm just gonna share this with you right now. Let me put this out first. Okay, yeah. Let me see, let me know if you see this, okay? It's a STEM OPT application form and all that.
That is cool. During my time, I didn't have this kind of facility. I have to go out and find out myself.
Right, but now I'm helping international students to do that. Remember, my university is a small university. I'll be able to do that. You know, especially with me too. I mean, you know, my office is doing recruitment, admissions, decision, scholarship, graduate assistantship. So my office covers pretty much everything. You know, but again, because we're a small university, you know, my role is basically, you know, doing student services as well. But other university you met, you know, usually they are recruiter, right? They don't have experience with CPT or PT. They never see CVS before and all that. So that's why I'll be able to help students to be not only academically successful on campus, but also to help them to find a job. Okay, give them the right direction. Okay, so can you see this Mlpt application form here? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I'm just going to go to this student here. Let me see if you see the screen here, okay? Every student who is applying for CPT, OPT, and STEM OPT must submit an application to me so that I can review and make sure the students make sure the students' job opportunity offer letter are related to the major, okay? If it's not related to the major, I will not authorize any CPT, OPT, and STEM OPT, okay? So when students submit this application to me, okay, I need to review all the documents, including the offer letter, and the other form is I-983, which means a study plan that I need to submit to CVERS or USCIS to confirm that this company is a legitimate company. This company is not a fraud and stuff like that, okay? So basically, when I receive all this information here right on your screen right now, I will go to CVERS, student 3 pages of the I-20. Behind the scene, I will authorize student and inform USCIS and CVERS that the student is actually have a computer science degree, okay? Can you see the screen here? Yes?
Yes.
Yep. Louder? Yes? So the student, I have to confirm the student have a master's degree in computer science, okay? The students, as you can see, the OPT start date with the current employer, okay? And then the end date is very close, which means this month, the student is going to run out of OPT. So now the student is applying for STEM OPT, which is additional 2 more years, okay? So the expiration date will be 2022, okay? The student applied to Citibank, which means she already have the job. She already worked there for 1 year during her OPT. So she worked for Citibank. Then the student is working in New York City right now, okay? As you can see, the employer EID number is basically a number that we need to supply to the USCIS, okay? The student job title is App Dev Senior Programmer Analyst with Citibank, okay? This is her job descriptions and all that, okay? Not only that, I also have the supervisor, first name, last name. I also need an offer letter from Citibank, as well as many other documents as well, okay? So this is how I help students to find a job, okay? Basically, like I said, since 2014, okay? Since before 2014, before 9/11, there is no CVERS, okay? Every I-20 is print out, hard copy, sign, and all that, okay? So right now with CVERS, since 2014, I actually go through every single student, okay, regardless of where they come from. Any student who has a record of either CPT or PT, STEM OPT, I collected since 2014, okay, go through every single student one by one, okay? It's very tedious, it's a lot of work, and collect about over 125 companies that are hiring our SUNY Poly graduate students in IT, cybersecurity, and network security, or even nanoscale science and engineering, and share with students. That way, when I share a list of company to the student can Google the company, right, on the website, and look at those company, either human resource website or even the career site, and find out what are the job opportunities with the company. And when the students submit their resume, who knows, the senior is still working there. I mean, we have 110 students right now. So if I share those information with our current student, our graduating student, like I said, that the senior is definitely still working there. That's how we help students to be successful in job placement. We don't guarantee job here, but we give students the right direction. Any other questions?
Yeah, it should be fine.
Good. We are also, usually our first year student, we only accept students for fall semester, okay? But because of the pandemic, we are also, we start to accept students for spring semester. Okay, so these are for undergraduate students in all degree programs. So if you are any interested student who are applying for undergraduate degree, again, the scholarship is very attractive. Very minimum $4,000 per semester tuition and all that. So yeah, so if you have any international student who are interested in undergraduate, we accept them for spring 2021.
So now the fall intake is still open. Are you guys accepting the applications, or it's late?
Well, it's not whether it's late or not. It's that Indian student cannot. There is no flight to United States. Okay, there is a 6 flights, I believe, sometime in July for repatriation. Okay, it's not like everybody can just board the plane. So again, even though we accept Indian students, I'm just going to go back again. The students who are accepted, paid deposit already from India, they are all deferring to spring 2021 because the visa date is either August or February 2021. So it's not like we don't want them to come, it's just that the US Embassy is not ready to issue F1 visa. That's why, I told the student, if you have the I-20, some of the students already submit the F1 application, they just wait for the new dates, so there's nothing we can do, So yeah, basically for fall semester, we don't have any new international students because majority of our international students are from India. That's why, everyone is deferring to spring 2021. For those students who has already, I shouldn't say that, those students, if they get the visa before school start dates, okay, they can actually register online for the program and finish 1 semester in India, and then come spring, they can join us. Because I think online is about $5,000 some per semester. On campus is about $8,500 per semester.
So now if a student applies, he can do online for some time and then he can get into the on campus, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way the students save a lot of money because the student don't have to pay room, don't have to pay rent. Of course, the student don't get GA because GA is government funding, so the student have to be physically on campus to do GA. Okay, any other question?
I'm just making a note. Yeah.
Yeah, feel free to ask me question while I'm drinking my tea.
Yeah. Now, for example, for a 15 years education for a master's, do we accept 15 years education?
Yes, we accept three years and 4 years.
And
all degree programs, yeah.
Now, as you know, we have Heimat from Saudi. So is the school is something which is registered in the education board for the scholarship? Because usually in Saudi, the government pays for it. So is the same thing goes with the SUNY?
Say it again, sorry.
Hamid, do you want to take that question which I'm asking?
Yeah, I just want to check about Saudi nationals. There is a lot of scholarships, there are a lot of programs for Saudi national students, for US, UK, Canada, for overseas education, I can say.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of scholarship programs are there.
So what happens is, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so what happens, ZTech, is usually the school registers with the Saudi government website and they'll get a special scholarship from the schools.
Yes, I visited the Saudi embassy in Virginia few years ago, okay, when Saudi gives scholarship to pretty much every single Saudi students, okay. I think they narrow down, not everybody will get scholarship. So yeah, I believe we are registered, because that's why I went to visit them, okay. I visit with all these, they call it SACAM or something like that in short form. Yeah, so we are registered with the Saudi consular office in Virginia. Okay, so I'm sure you can find our name on their listing. But if you cannot find it, I will forward it to you. Yeah.
Because that becomes an
Yep.
add-on advantage for us, because the government pays for the kids. They give the scholarship.
Right.
The government pays.
Right. Right. Yeah. I will send you the list. Okay. Because I believe I got it somewhere. Because they invite me to visit them because we have very good STEM program. Any other questions?
I'm just checking my checklist.
Okay. So I will get back with you with the AP, how many you can transfer, and then the Saudi higher education listing.
Yeah. And now this particular scenario. Say for example, if a student registers online, but for some reason his visa gets denied. So now what happens? Because
That's
this
why,
is the question.
yeah, yeah. That's why I advise students. I see, because I don't know if Canada will accept transfer credit, or let's say the student decided to go to Australia after the visa rejection, right? Or UK. So I don't know if those credit will be transferred to those countries. But as far as you know, US, it's different, right? USA, most US university will accept transfer credit from other countries, any countries, as long as it's evaluated by WES. So
Yeah,
if it's appropriate, we will accept. So the other way around, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was, because the kids will ask this kind of questions. They say, I'm doing online, so I'm paying $5,000 or $10,000. Let's say I get rejections. What is my scenario right now?
Right. Let me find that out. Like if I because I know a couple of universities in Canada, I can, because one student being rejected, they will try the second time again, with the US embassy. But again, what if they cannot come? I don't want, I already advised my student. I already advised my student who I accepted, okay? And I say, you know what? I don't think you should be very careful by taking online. What if your visa will rejected for the spring semester? What then? Do you think Indian university will recognize those credit hours? I don't know. I mean, you have to check with your university.
Usually they do, because recently we had a similar kind of seminar with UMass Boston. So they told the same thing, like, they can be able to do the credit transfer to any school across which are NAACA accredited. So I thought, probably you guys can be able to have some kind of same mechanism.
Oh, so you talk about AACSB? Yeah, I mean, if it's AACSB certified business, yeah, sure, they can transfer to any university in the world if those universities are AACSB certified. Okay, just like like computer science, you don't really get certification, unless you go for engineering. Then of course, ABET, ABETS will definitely do that. But again, I really don't know. But again, what about giving students certificates?
Yeah.
Something like certificates,
some credits or something like that,
Yeah, so that when students apply for jobs and stuff like that, knowing that, the student is taking, those courses from university, So we can definitely do a certificates, to certify student that has gone through this program,
Yes.
So that's another option. But again, I will reach out to other university and find out if they are able to transfer.
Yeah,
I just don't know, Yeah.
Perfect. That will be really helpful, because what happens sometimes, they tell, I enrolled online, but I went to visa because it opened. Now I paid money, I got visa rejection. So what happens to my money and all these things?
Right. No, we don't want students to waste the money. $5,000, $6,000, $10,000. So it's no, it's not. I mean, that's a lot of money. It's not worth it.
So any other questions, Priya or Divya, Amit?
If no questions, what that means is I have done my good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Divya, you have any questions?
No, I don't have.
Priya?
You will just go through the document. As of now, it is clear. I have noted down my points, whichever I felt important to discuss with the student queries.
That's a perfect spokesman.
Okay.
Amit,
So anyway, if you have no questions, but later on, if you think of something, feel free to email me. We can always do a Zoom, you know, or we can always, you know, I can talk to students if you have some student I need to talk to. But before you go, I want to tell you 3 things here. Okay, right now, we have 3 options for international students in this country to register for classes. Okay, first thing, if the school is operating completely online, or the specific program is completely online, those international students in this country must leave the country or find another university that offer in-person or hybrid, okay? It's very late right now to apply to another university, okay? So that's one thing. The other thing is, if the university is operating just regular, just like normal, then we don't have to notify CBUS or USCIS about our you know, our enrollment registrations, right? Because it's regular semester, assuming everything is normal, okay? So what it means is students can only allowed to take 1 online course and 1 in-person. The other option for the university is that if the university can come up with online with a mix of hybrid, that's considered in-person basically. So we are SUNY right now, SUNY Poly right now. For us, yeah, we are doing just that to protect our international students. That way our international students don't have to depart to you know, back to the home country or even transfer. Because when you transfer, you're basically forced to transfer, right? So what if those students who already earn 27 credit hours, other university only accept up to 6 credit hours for graduate students. So what that means is those students for no reason lost the money and retake all these classes. So right now, all our department, whether undergraduate and graduate students, all the faculty members, all the advisors already agree we are going to do online and hybrid. Okay, hybrid, there is no definition like how many hours contact, physical contact you need for, you know, per month, per week and all that, okay? So these are the 3 things. So I think a lot of universities are trying to do online and hybrid, so. Okay, any other questions? Okay, you guys have a good day. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. We can do another Zoom, you know. I have plenty of time, but we can definitely schedule something, okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Zitek. The next week, probably
Thank you.
I will be in touch with you because we have a few more partners joining from Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. So I'll talk to you. I'll send an email for that.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to go to India. I miss India so much. I always go there 2-3 times a year. I was supposed to go in July, but this month, exactly. Can't go. Anyway, take care. I'll see you guys.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Stay safe.